Hey my Shuga Bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, OGJackeeNicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo? Welcome back, y'all. You were tuned into the Bougie AF channel. This is your girl. You know what I say? Stay bougie on them. And I'm just giving you feminism for the soul. All right. So you can catch me on Instagram at BougieAF_ish and also on Twitter at I'm_bougie_AF. So listen. Nothing really like too planned out. I just want to go on them people's, to take a little trip down to them people's Instagram and just check and see like what is in the gossip blogs and just, pontificate and give my thoughts and opinions because I can. All right, so let's go. All right, so we are here. We're on Neighborhood Talk. So this is one of the blogs that I do check in with occasionally. Lately, like every 2 days or so, I'm going to the blogs. I don't go on there every day anymore. And there was a point in time I think I did go on there every day, but I don't anymore because I just feel like some of the shit is like placement. I feel like some of these celebrities are paying to be placed. Like I've seen celebrities post something and it just seems really awkward. And I don't know. The relationship between these blogs and these celebrities are a little weird. Some of these posts is just like, why is this news? Kind of weird. But yeah. But yeah. So I don't go every day. Like I said, there's a lot of people who I feel like that are posting stuff to get spoken about, and it's not per se about their talent, so they're just going with all the extra like dumb shit, the social media shit. And so I feel like a lot of social media, or a lot of these blogs are picking up on that. And so sometimes we're like losing focus of like real stories that could be told, and sometimes those real stories aren't as glamorous as celebrity stuff. And so I get it, but sometimes it just comes across as why is this on here again? I'm gonna be completely honest, like, and y'all can say whatever the hell you want. I literally had to stop. I didn't stop following her because I support her. Chloe Bailey, like she was doing a lot on Instagram and on my timeline, and then it was just like always on the blogs. And so it was just like, is some of this behavior because you want to capture some of that attention from blogs? And so it's like sometimes it's like you don't want to complain or keep talking about some things, you just don't be a part of it or don't see it. And that's how I see, like, I'm going to see things about her in terms of like when I'm supposed to, when it's about her talent. So I had to stop following. There's a couple other people I'll go through and stop following their, not follow, but like take them off my timeline. Y'all know what I mean? So because it just be like, it's saturated and you just kind of feel like they're kind of doing the most for attention. And she's not the only one. Of course, there's Lizzo, because there's a whole bunch of other people that I would be following. What's his name? Duval, like him too. Like I'd be following, and it was like, okay, some of this stuff is extra, and they're always trying to capture the blogs and stuff like that. Which I get it. You do have to censor yourself to get noticed. So that's that thing that I tell you guys. It's really hard for me to hear celebrities say, "Mind your business, mind your business. Your business is my business, but you done turned into a business that you get paid off." So it don't quite go like that. All right, so let's get to some stories. I think I started to see some stuff. So let me go ahead and stroll. Devin and Megan Good. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. We don't know what happened though, but some people are saying they think Megan wanted, return to the streets. I like Megan, so I'm just being funny, but you just don't know. 9 years is a long time. Things change in a decade, okay? Like if you knew me 10 years ago, you don't know me now. If you knew me 20 years ago, you don't know me now. And because you bitches are so miserable from back in the day, even if you knew me 25 plus years ago, which goes back to elementary school, you fucking don't know me now. Like, so you don't know what happened. People change. I think it's dope that Diddy is bringing back Sean John, like 7.5 million cash. Like, listen, that's not a lot compared to like probably what he's going to be able to do with it now with his stature and probably elevation. So I think that is really, really super, super dope. Let me see. What else? Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Y'all know I love me some Aaliyah, but it's fuck them parents and that uncle and everybody around that situation. Okay, Will Smith and ex-wife Sheree Zampino to join. Will Smith's ex-wife Sheree, Sheree, I think it's Sheree. No, Sheree. Is it Sheree? No, it's Sheree. Zampino to join Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast. I'm here for that. I like Sheree. No, it's Cherie. I gotta make sure I say it because Sheree is Atlanta. It's Cherie. I like her because I used to watch was it Hollywood Divas? Whatever that show she was on with Drea Kelly. I used to love that show. And the other Shamika Martin's baby mother. No, ex-wife. Yes, I used to love that show too. So I wish they would have brought that back. Like I'm a fan of the R&B divas and stuff like that. But I'm here for it. They bringing some more color. And you got Garcelle there. And y'all know I'm a Garcelle fan most definitely. Like even sometimes I had to kind of talk to the real people about that interview with Tamika Hustle as Mallory. I just hope I just gave a perspective that lets people know that they have to critically, like when you are sitting people and they are trying to put themselves in front of movements and stuff, please have real questions for these people. Like, don't just let them sit up there and say stupid shit to you. Beloved, please don't do that. You're most definitely an intelligent woman, and there's too many intelligent women on that stage to not be able to, if y'all gonna do this journalism thing, y'all gonna halfway do it, at least halfway do it. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me go back to where we were. Um, that's where we were. Let me see if there was anything else. We're gonna go back up a little because I did see some stuff up there. All right. Y'all little new rappers are the sampling queen, Dream Dog, because she did a song also that was just like, yeah, girl. Y'all gotta like Nicki exists. There's no getting around the fact that Nicki Minaj exists. Y'all just have to find a way. Honestly, you can say what you want. You don't have to like her. And yes, I do consider her to be a rapper too. Doja Cat has found her lane and what is it that she does. Now, sometimes she did swerve over in Nicki's lane in that one song. I had to realize that. But Doja Cat is the only one that like kind of really stands out differently in terms of like the product that she puts out. Like it literally shows that she really takes it serious. Um, what else? What else? Okay, did y'all see what Don is up to? I'm happy to see that. I wonder if he's still cheating on his girl. Okay. Like this is and I say that because when a nigga just cheats, and she falling out all over the place, and how can you do that? Like how many times can you say, "How could you do this to me?" All passionately, like before a nigga tells you this is what I want to do. Like you were like a lot. But now I've come to realize a lot of that stuff when it comes to Black Ink Chicago. Some of that stuff I think we can tell which one is kind of fake, and I think this storyline was exaggerated because even like some of that stuff, it was just like, yeah, and their storyline seemed fake. There's just no way that you keep on showing up on TV like kind of wanting to get married, begging ish, coming across kind of begging and begging someone to treat you right, and sort of like Rashida and Kirk. That's what I think them as, Rashida and Kirk. Their relationship on Black Ink, Chicago, most definitely. What else? What else? What else do we have here? Okay, this Kim, what is it? Kim Jong? Is it a Kim Jong Il? I don't know. Laugh or die. North Korea bans laughing, drinking alcohol, and celebrating birthday during 11-day mourning period. That was your damn daddy. Like you gonna make these people go without good shit? Okay, so neighbors, get into this crazy story. North Korea is banning its people from laughing, drinking, or engaging in leisure activities for 11 days as the country honors the 10th year death anniversary of former leader Kim Jong, I guess the second. According to The Guardian, the people of North Korea can't partake in anything fun, including drinking, alcohol, laughing, celebrating birthdays, or death during the 11 days. Now, I can't even honor my own dead people because we can't, because of your dead people. Like, this nigga is crazy. Like, people are sick. Like, I promise you, power is disgusting. We see it on Clubhouse. Like, it just be a green bean. And you see niggas losing their fucking mind on that. All right. What else? I don't know. We can go back up now. Was there anything else? Chris Brown's son is cute. Yeah, yeah. This is why, you know what, Kim Kardashian, shout out to Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian has made me a fan, right? When you see women like Kim Kardashian that's held black men down for years, it seems decades, right? At least a couple decades, right? Because Kim pushing her 40s, right? At least a couple decades, right? When you see women who have held down men, black men for a couple decades decide, oh, I'm through, like, and I'm going to date, go back to dating white men, and Pete Davidson, who is like completely opposite of anything that I've ever dated. Oh yes, and then you know it's time. Like it had me thinking, like I just got to look outside the box because when bitches like Kim give up on niggas, yeah, it's time. Kanye West and model Ventria split following months of knocking boots after Kanye begged for Kim to run back to me. Yeah, I'm with Kim. Like there's just no way. Like you have so much going on, and yes, marriage is death do you part, but I don't think there's anything. And it's sort of like that conversation that's been happening. And I really didn't want to talk about it in this video, but Summer Walker and what she did with exposing and talking about the father that London is. Like, we also have to get to that place. People want the father of their children in their children's lives, right? But there does become a point where having them there in their lives is not, it's not safe, and it's very harmful, and it could cause trauma, right? So there's things that Kanye has done that is going to negatively affect his daughter, the whole abortion thing. Like, and the fact of the matter is that it's hard to control somebody who has this type of mental health. And that's not to say that maybe she didn't know or it got worse, but I'm pretty sure she did know. But it's hard because to have them in the home, to have the inconsistency of maybe for 6 months out of the year he's decided to stop taking his pills, and so he wants to be in Colorado, and then that turns into him being manically in interviews and saying the most and stuff like that. And I think it becomes a lot to deal with, right? And then you have to walk around and have and support somebody's thoughts and opinions on situations because you're their wife. But at the same time, it's just like, how much do you want to continue to feel like you're being kind of, I'm not going to say brought down, but brought into situations that you don't necessarily feel like you should be in? And I say that to say, I think one time she got into a situation with Jay Dillinger, whatever, some homies of his, and some situations with a house or something, and charity. And it's just like, it's just a lot. Again, for me, it's the kids thing, right? I'm not dating no messy man. I'm not dating a man that is talking my business in the streets and in the blogs and stuff like that. I've never talked about my relationships like and somebody like I've actually been in a relationship with. No, I've never talked about any of my exes and stuff in any of my I'm not gonna say, but if I have talked about somebody, it's been in a roundabout way. But I've never been in a relationship with somebody where I was their girlfriend and I like exposed or talked about our personal business on the social media. So it's really weird when you see Kanye do that. But I will say Kim though, if you look back, has notoriously always been this way. Like in terms of like talking about how you made him take 100 showers after he was with Amber Rose, right? So it's like sometimes you do have to notice like what you do accept in terms of like at that time, Kanye saying that made you feel good because it kind of stroked your ego. But looking back, it's like, why are you saying all of that, right? I bet you can say that now. Like, why are you partaking in, why are you talking about your exes? Like, why are you doing any of that? And that's what to say, this ex right here looks a lot, oh, he going back black. And she looks a little bit, and maybe I could be wrong, but looks a little bit like Alexis. Doesn't he have, that first ex-girlfriend out of Chicago that he was with before he got put on and left her ass for a white girl. Okay. mm What else? What else? What else? My nose is stuffed up. Okay, so women accuses Trey Songz of sexual assault in Miami, implicates Diddy into a $20 million lawsuit. You know what? I am ready for it. Like, at the end of the day, get these trash ass niggas up out of here and make them be held responsible for their behavior. And a lot of them are acting as if though they don't know what rape culture is, and they don't know the toxic behavior that is being called out in terms of all of the femicide that we're seeing in our community. And a part of that is holding men like this responsible because, stop walking around here and thinking that women have to give all of themselves, or that there's an expectation that um, you should get whatever you want because of the money you have. And so if it's money that has you thinking and have these men out here losing their mind, then yeah, hit them in their pockets. All right, make sure that they're branded and labeled as someone who's really disgusting, right? Someone who, especially Trey Songz, who on multiple occasions keeps getting called out by women, and it has nothing to do with the fact of the matter is that he has money and he's probably an asshole to be around, right? And here are all the times that people try to equate someone being a great person with their wealth, and that's just not the case. We have a lot of ignorant rich ass people out there, right? It doesn't make them intelligent, doesn't make them great people, doesn't make them pillars of faith, or doesn't make them any of that, doesn't even make them great leaders. And I think sometimes that we assign those positive attributes of what leadership can look like to people because they have money, and that's necessarily not the case. Some of these people could barely form sentences outside of things that are elementary, basically. Or someone told them what to say. So I have no sympathy. I was on Clubhouse one day, and I guess there was this girl from the Virginia Beach area, and I guess she said she knows Trey Songz, so she said there will be no Songz slander. What? I know him. He's a nice guy. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's literally how I be feeling. Don't tell me about a man that you don't know sexually or been in a relationship with, like in a sexual or intimate type of way. Don't speak on his personality. Don't speak to his character. Don't speak to how he treats women that he is sexually involved with. Like, you don't know. Right? And I think it's really disgusting that women will try to center themselves as somehow wanting to look special and look as though they're a unicorn for knowing people that other people don't know, and that they are that to go person, like that, like they're in an in crowd of knowing people. It's just weird that women would center themselves in that type of way when you're talking about something like sexual assault. I don't give a fuck who it is, right? I will say, when it came to like Nicki Minaj and her brother, I never felt like Nicki Minaj should have made a statement about her brother. And I felt like the way she did it was the right way. It's not saying nothing, right? You can't say I agree or, disagree. And you can't say I'm supporting anything. And I think that I feel that same way when it comes to like even close men that I know. Like, even if it's my brother, if he was accused of sexual assault, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to come out and accuse anybody of being a liar or any of that. I'm going to let the courts, and I'm going to let that handle itself, right? And I'm going to let him handle it himself because I was not there. And I think sometimes we think having people's back means that even if they're wrong, a possibility of them being wrong, or even if they could get in trouble for their behavior, that means that you're supposed to interject yourself into their shit. And I just don't believe that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And as a human being, and that's why religion sometimes makes things so complicated, and you want to talk about the do unto others as you want to do unto yourself. And as a woman, and especially even a human being, if you see someone get violated, why wouldn't you want that other person to be held responsible in some type of capacity for what they've done? Right? So who gets the cover of not being held responsible for their actions? And nobody does, right? Because everyone always says there's every action is a reaction, and that's just the way it is. Neighbors, get into this. A woman who accused Trey Songz of sexually assaulting her in Miami has now implicated Diddy and the nightclub in a $20 million lawsuit. According to court documents obtained by Black Enterprise, the victim alleges that the incident with Trey Songz began when she decided to leave Diddy's New Year's Eve party around 4 a.m. on January 1st, 2018. So basically, like, he just has weird, sketchy ass behavior in these type of settings, right? Because if you go back and look at allegedly at Keke Palmer's video, she literally talks about him making her feel uncomfortable in like a little kickback situation that was happening at a house, right? So it's like, what is this? This is not even like, that's just two. These are just two incidents. Like, I could go to Google right now, and when we're talking about femicide and all these male predators and pedophiles and domestic, violent men, he's most definitely one of them. Like, he fits all of that. Trey Songz. Okay, so here's a okay, so look, Trey Songz has a long history of sexual and physical abuse, right? So you see that right here. And that's like that's what I'm saying. This is no slander. I need people to look up definitions. Slander is when you lie on somebody, right? Slender is not, it's not just you just telling the truth. And I think sometimes that's what people like, especially like these men like to claim that, oh, black women are just slandering black men's names and stuff like that. No, telling the truth is not slander. That's why I sleep well at night and not concerned about anything that I say, because it's one, I'm reporting on what's being reported, so I'm not exposing, right? That's not my bag. And two, if it's the truth, no, I don't worry about it. And if they are public figures and stuff like that, no, I don't worry about it. This week, Las Vegas police confirmed it's investigating a sexual assault allegation against the singer who's faced similar claims in the past. Like, how many times can you face the same type of fucking claims? Like, maybe you just need to find a couple bitches that are with what you like and everything, and you just roll with them, and that's who you stay with. But it just seems like you have an issue. It appears to be an isolated incident. That's what an attorney for Trey Songz explained. There's no isolated incident with continued behavior. To Michigan judge when describing an alleged violent altercation in 2016 where the singer was accused of punching a Detroit police sergeant in the head and injuring a cameraman who he threw a microphone stand off a stage. Okay, that's not even with women, but we're talking about. Remember, I told you violence, right? I'm talking about violence against women, but he has violence against men too, with altercations at events. This nigga walks around with an inflated head. Basically, that's what that tells me. However, and that tells me that because a lot of times you continue to keep having issues in public settings with people. However, time has proven that it's not an accurate description of the musician's behavior. Over the past decade, Trey Songz, real name Tremaine Neverson, has faced multiple accusations of both physical and sexual assault. This week, Las Vegas police confirmed it in confirmed it is investigating an allegation of sexual assault against Songz. The 37-year-old had been at Dre's nightclub in the Cromwell Hotel to ring in his birthday last Saturday night. A source told TMZ that after his performance at the club, Songz and his entourage took a group of women back to his hotel room at the Cosmopolitan. Officials would not release any further details when contacted by the Daily Beast, including exactly when the alleged attack took place, but confirmed the incident occurred in the city and was reported to the department last Sunday. Las Vegas police said Songz was cooperating with the investigation. His team did not return a request for comment when contacted by the Daily Beast. Songz track record is no secret, but for years the charming, good-looking R&B crooner. I mean, it's important that we pay attention to that. I didn't know if this was going to go here, but we're here. It's important to pay attention to that because when I did highlight R. Kelly and Minister Louis Farrakhan, really enamored with R. Kelly, who's not impressive to just talk to straight up, right? Like we've all seen him in interviews, right? He's not the most intelligent. You're not getting the best conversation. He's not that guy talking to you about sports and like he's just a weirdo. He's a weirdo, and we've all seen it. We've all been seeing it for years, right? But with that being said, Louis Farrakhan was so impressed with his ability to sing that sometimes for some people that's all that matters, his talent. And that's why we're so fucked up because I don't give a fuck about your talent. Like we have singing niggas everywhere, as we can see. Another one, Trey Songz, right? So it's like that does not mean or you're not saving the world by singing. You're just not. So I don't even know what Minister Louis Farrakhan is listening to with R. Kelly. Like he has two non-sexual relationship freaky songs. Like I don't know. I mean, granted, I'm being probably funny by just saying two, but the man made R&B sex music. So and he made I Believe I Can Fly and Trapped in the Closets and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure what Minister has. Maybe I Believe I Can Fly has been in repeat rotation in his like iPhone or something like that. That's what it is. Like he's just been listening to that song and his favorite song. Because it can't be the other music because, as you call out other women and their music and their, what they wear and stuff like that and what they speak about in their songs, you most definitely would have to acknowledge that, R. Kelly talks about some nasty shit. This week, Las Vegas police confirmed it is investigating an allegation of sexual assault against Songz. The 37-year-old had been at... Oh, I read that part. Song's track record is no secret. But for years, the charming, good-looking R&B crooner. Listen to that. He all that. Okay, he's not all that. Not really my type, but okay, he's nice, I guess. Good-looking R&B crooner with 2010 hits such as "Nah Nah," "Bottoms Up," "Dive In," has managed to dodge any serious criminal repercussions for various claims and charges brought against him. And this is what ends up happening: a monster is created, right? Because we can most definitely say that after R. Kelly beat his first case, it didn't scare him. It didn't scare him into thinking or to change his behavior. And it seems the same thing is happening with Trey Songz, right? He keeps on having these close incidents or these really close cases of like going to jail with some of the incidents that have come up in the past, and it has not resulted in him deciding that he may need to take a different approach when dealing with women. Like find a wife. How about that? Like you're 37 years old. Like find a wife. Just this year, he was let off the hook for an incident where he was seen on security footage in a scuffle with the Kansas City police officer when he flouted repeated warnings to wear his mask. The county's district attorney's office in April declined to prosecute him, citing lack of evidence. So, because I guess a video was not good enough evidence. So, Kansas City dropped the ball there too, right? I think when you have somebody, and especially if they are a celebrity, and they continue to keep on coming up with like we with behavior that suggests that they have violent tendencies, especially when you look back at it, he's had two run-ins with police. Yeah, I think you do prosecute. When exactly do you send a message like you got to stop? And it just seems like that's not happening. It's a shame Donna McIntosh told the Daily Beast that no one took her seriously back in 2012 when she was left with a black eye after the singer allegedly slung a heavy wad of cash at the Staten Island nurse's face in close range, resulting in his arrest for assault. McIntosh said the case was settled out of court, and she's not at liberty to discuss the terms. See? Songz, then 28, had reportedly became enraged that McIntosh had taken a photo of him on her cell phone, something that she claimed several other young women in the club were also doing, and yanked her phone out of her hand to try and delete the photo. See? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, that's a part of the game. I don't care. I didn't. I didn't even know I had a bruise on my face until I left the club, McIntosh told the New York Daily News at the time. I had to walk around the whole week with a black eye. It was insulting, and he just threw something. He was verbally disrespectful as well. He embarrassed me in front of everyone in the club. Now, McIntosh believes it spoke to an early pattern of behavior. You think? Yeah, I agree with you, hon. When I made the complaint before, no one believed me and said it was all my fault, as they do with most women, she told the Daily Beast. Because it is so easy for black women, and I experienced it myself. If I don't agree with a black man, or if I push back, if I get into a spirited conversation where I'm just like, no, that's not it, this is that, and I lay it out and I'm talking to them like a regular person, you'll be so amazed how many times people will be like, oh, she got an attitude. Why? Because you don't like us to hear from black women, or you don't like that some black men only can stand to be around some women if they take a more subdued, submissive, meek personality. And it's so weird because I was in a clubhouse room and this guy, he literally just said, like, and it's really weird, but he literally was like, I don't socialize women. I like to fuck. I like pussy, but I don't socialize with women. Like, literally, like, that's weird, and that's creepy, and that's scary, right? And I think sometimes people are like, well, I mean, no, it's fucking weird, right? But also you got to think about how does someone like that show up in life, like real life, like outside of an app life, right? How are they interacting with women, and how do they find a way to kind of like maybe, and I hate to even say this, but when I talk about like how that shows up, if you have a man who does not like to socialize with women, a strong black woman is most definitely going to annoy him. And on the other end, it doesn't have to be a strong black woman. A woman questioning him will annoy them. They'll have a problem with them at work. They'll have a problem with them in their personal life, and because they may not be able to control whether or not a woman is around or in their space, because of maybe they're at an event, right? So if I'm in a social circle and we're all just talking and stuff like that, and you have a disposition that you don't even care for to even hear me because you don't like to be around women, yes, that does show up in terms of like the aggression that you're going to interact with me with. Most definitely. Most definitely. So that's most definitely how those type of men do show up, and it's really disgusting. It's really scary, right? Because at that point, they're gonna try to intimidate you to feel it like so that you won't feel comfortable enough with like existing while they're around, and that's most definitely some things that black men do too. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you my throat. Um, damn. Let me. I was gonna not finish reading. He embarrassed me in front of the club, everyone, pattern of behavior. When I made the complaint before, no one believed me and said it was all my fault, she told the Daily Beast. Now it's constantly coming up. It's the same with him, story after story. Yep, the women get knocked down. He's not being held accountable at all. So far, Songz has seen little, if any, professional consequences from the steady stream of accusations. The singer is still slated to perform at the storied Chicago Theater for a special New Year's Eve concert. The venue did not return the Daily Beast's request for comment on whether Songz will still expect to perform in light of the investigation. Early this year, Songz settled a $10 million civil complaint from Jane Doe accuser out of court. Wow. So he's just going around giving away money because he can't control himself. And so to the girl on Clubhouse, we're not supposed to slander his name because of what, hun? Because of factual evidence that he's had to settle because of civil complaints about his disgusting ass dog ass behavior. Fuck women like that. Like I can't. And this is why I try to literally certain females, I just, oh, I can't. I'm not that girl. I can't. Like, especially it'd be like one of them, like, just all right looking females. Oh, they're the worst. They're the worst. Like you can be treated like shit. If a bitch is ugly and she feel ugly, because you can see, I've seen females that are cute and beautiful, but they don't feel it, right? When they don't, when I'm going to say this, when a woman doesn't feel beautiful, the extent of what she'll deal with and accept and just feel great about herself is so disgusting. Like it is so it's so and I say it's disgusting. It's so bothersome, right? Because it's like you could literally tell that person doesn't see their value. And that's what's the bothersome because it's like, no, you don't accept that. That's not a ride or die. That's not black love. And there's all this like conflation that is happening around black love where it's tainted in a way that's made women feel as if though to have it, you may have to settle. You may have to, fuck with a man that, that may not treat you all that good, but the good outweighs the bad. And, you believe in black love. So you push through because that's what our ancestors did back then. A whole bunch of that shit ends up being conflated into no. Like women are ending up dead. Okay? Women are ending up dead with these mammies' husbands. Okay? These mammies' husbands' sons. Like and it's a problem. All right, so let me go back here. Let's see what they say in these comments. All right, my co-hosts, I hope they're on it this time. It's him, and people have been saying it's him. The question is, when are the fans going to believe it? I believe it. I've been believing it. I believe it on the first go. Like, because the thing is about this type of behavior, it's never just one time. It's never. There's always, when you really look at it, and even myself, even the men that I know, personally, that have been online, have been exposed for behavior, there's always several women. Always. There's always several women who can say the same thing in terms of like, and yeah, there's several women. Kiki tried to warn us. Yes, see, listen, y'all, I told y'all. He's the problem. I'm starting to believe Trey really doing this at this point. Girl, you slow. You catching up, though. How many times will it take for y'all to realize everybody ain't lying? Okay. R. Kelly Jr.? Yep. Most definitely. And it's all because of his money. It's literally all because of his money. Because he's not like, yeah, it's all because of his money. Diddy just bought back Sean John. Stay woke. I'm like, okay. Everybody looking for a moment. Did y'all read the caption or just went straight to the comment? At this point, Trey. Wait, so he sexually assaulted her and then she still got in the car with him to try to get on camera? I'm confused. What is that about? Okay, so there's more to her story. Okay, I thought they. Okay, let me go ahead and read this. So this is the latest one. So 2018. So this is the one woman who's suing him for 20 million now. Now, just to remind you, he's already paid out 10 million. We read that in that article. And shout out the where was that article? The Daily Beast. So in this, for the latest accusations, it says here. While she and a friend were waiting on an Uber to take them to their destination, Trey Songz reportedly offered them a ride instead. The two women joined Trey in a private car driven by his security guard, who's listed as a defendant, John Doe, in the suit. And I'm not here for the security guards information not being released. I think when it comes to we're talking about femicide and we're talking about keeping people and holding people responsible, as a security guard, yeah, you're here to you're also here to just make sure things go down safely. So I think they should also be listed. To be completely honest with you, you're here to protect the defendant, and most definitely, part of your job is keeping the defendant out of trouble. Not to sit by and watch the defendant commit violence. Trey, inviting, especially if they're like, if they have to be armed, and I think that's probably a great way to enforce that. Like, if you require that, if you're going to provide armed private security to individuals, that you most definitely can't partake in crime, right? And so that would kind of take care of security officers or security guards thinking they can just be around and let shit happen. Trey invited the ladies to his table, and the thing. What? Trey invited the ladies to his table, and things began to take a turn. While plaintiff was dancing on the couch, she noticed defendant Songz standing on the floor next to her. The lawsuit says she then felt fingers being inserted into her vagina, turned around, and saw defendant Songz pulling his hand away from her bottom. The victim says she immediately got off the couch and was approached by another woman who asked what was wrong and then told Songz had done the same to her. After they left the club, Trey Songz took off his shirt in the car, and the victim began recording their interaction. Fearing that she would be assaulted again, that's when she says the singer became aggressive and ordered his security guard to stop the car. That's when her and friend were physically kicked out of the car. In addition to accusing Trey Songz of assault, battery, and false imprisonment, the lawsuit names Diddy and 11, the nightclub, as defendants. While an explanation as to the club's liability is not explained, the role the victims believes the club played in this situation, but she says Diddy is responsible for getting Songz drunk. Okay, like I'm so glad that I went back and read that. I'm really trying to put this in order because this didn't read well for the so-called victims, to be completely honest with you, because I'm like that comedy was like y'all didn't read it, or you got in the car with somebody, like that's weird. That's weird. I have questions. That's weird. He ain't shit, and I believe he ain't shit, and he's a piece of shit. Um, but how do we go from you get into a private car? Let me see something. Okay, so he was drunk leaving the party, and they were in the car. Wait, wait. According to court documents obtained by Black Enterprise, the victims alleged that the incident with Trey Songz began when she decided to leave Diddy's New Year's Eve party around 4 a.m. on January 1st, 2018. So you had the whole incident of standing on the couch and feeling like I don't even know how somebody gets that close to you if they are standing next to you and you stand on the couch and their finger gets inserted into you. Like, that's a little weird to me. That's way weird to me. I don't care. You're standing on the couch, he's standing next to you on the ground, and somehow when you said he was standing next to you, was he beside you, or like you were you were standing behind him and he was on the ground? Like, there's a lot there that's weird. You were standing on the couch. Okay, let me see something. I just don't. A man was standing next to you on the floor. You're on the couch. He's sitting next to you. And listen, we've all been to clubs. How did you're on the couch? You're on the couch. He's on the floor next to you. I don't get how his whole entire finger got into your vagina. Unless he was front facing you. Like, cause that don't even make sense. Like, so if you, let's say you're back at the club, you're in the VIP section. If you don't know what the club layout, I mean, I could look it up. But and I'm standing on the couch, and let's say he's to my left. Let's say, right? If he's to my left, that means his right hand is awkwardly, but he's low, you high. So you're not even on the same like level for if he was back towards, like, let's say the couch is against the back towards the wall. So you mean to tell me he had his right hand to the right of him to be able to insert. Girl, I'm all here for a little coin. I'm all here for getting a little coin. But what you're literally is describing to us is one, that he would have been either to the right or left to you, and that he took his hand and you would see it hit and rub against your thighs to be able to get to your vagina to get in there. Like, because there's just no way, like, are you dancing suggestively and then he moves his hand around your upper thigh, like hip area, and he comes around and you with it? Because that's the only way, girl, to get fully in your vagina. Like, literally, that is the only way for him to fully get into your vagina. Like, there's no, that's the only, no. How about no? How about no? And how about no? Because then you have that incident. So I'm trying to figure out then what makes you feel comfortable about someone who you say put their whole finger in your vagina while you stand on the couch and him on the floor. You then feel comfortable with this man, and somebody told you he did it to them too, to get into a car with him to go somewhere. That's not what that sound like. So was it both of you ladies that he did it to? Let me see. Okay, so she didn't say it was her friend who approached you. She just said by another woman. So you were approached by another woman that let you know that this is how he. Listen, I knew a nigga. He was a club promoter, and y'all strike me, strike me, strike me. If I'm lying, I knew a nigga who walked around with condoms on. He had the condom already on. No, I remember a girl told me, she was like, "Yeah, girl, like." You know, like y'all know these club promoters be talking to these girls, and everybody think they the shit because the club promoters they friend and can get them on a list and they can call him from outside. And so it was just one of those situations, and she was hooking up with the nigga. But she said one day, you know, she seen him at the club or whatever, whatever. And he was like, "Come here," and they went to like I'm trying to think of the club right now. There was like a little hallway space, like if you would go out a certain door or something like that. So he had pulled her back there, and she said he pulled down his pants and he already had the condom. So these niggas are nasty, y'all. These niggas are nasty. I'm like, how did he know who he was gonna? He just gonna walk around like? Did he take it off? Like I'm confused. The audacity to just be walking around with a condom on. Yes, fuck that nigga too. He was disgusting. And fuck her too. Yeah, I don't know about old girl in this 20 million girl. You might have needed to do this privately because that shit don't make no sense, and I can't even as a woman wrap my head around. You gonna have to come out, and somebody gonna have to come out and fully and tell us what it is, because I literally, as I sit here thinking about like how possibly you were dancing and he was standing beside you, like I just don't get it. Like you literally got to get in position. So you mean straight up, back not bent, nothing. He was able to reach across, him standing to the left of you while you standing on the couch. He was able to reach across, not touch your thigh so you wouldn't feel it, and be able to get all the way up to insert. Okay, girl. Y'all be black. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be bougie as F. Y'all be posh. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out because listen, I'm going to probably come back and read that a little bit more and try to figure out how's that even possible? I'm literally sitting here like maybe he was standing in front of her, but even then, that would mean that you wouldn't see him face on. And even when I think about the side, like I just don't. Either side, like you literally would have had to feel his arm reach across your thigh. Yeah, if he was off to the side of you and not to the front. So literally, you would have had to feel his arm reach across your thigh for him to be able to get in between your legs. I don't know. I'm here for the hustle though. So if you can get this off, sis, you need to send. I mean, don't send me a check because I'm kind of blowing up your spot. But I don't know. You gonna get this one off. I'm out, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Bye.